In today's video, we're going to be making an entire branding package for one of your streams. A couple weeks ago, I put out a video about how to do a stream design package, and I said that I would start designing your streams if you left a comment down below. So at this point, I don't even know whose brand that I'm doing. I haven't picked it yet. We're going to pick it in this video in just a moment. So even if yours does not get selected, make sure that you leave a comment down below because I will be drawing the comments from this video in the next one. So make sure you leave a comment down below if you want me to redesign or design your stream for the very first time. Whenever the selection is made, I'll be looking at your current content. I'll be looking at your current branding and using that as inspiration for your new branding. But if you want something completely new, make sure that you leave that in the comments down below so that I take that into account as I do this branding. With that said, let's go ahead and jump in and see who the winner for this week is. Just a quick disclaimer, this is going to be a mostly unedited video. I'm going to walk you through the entire process. So even if you are not selected, there will be a ton of knowledge that you can take from this. I'm going to try to talk my way and show my way through the entire design process. I've been doing graphic design professionally for over 12 years. And so I'll try to leak out some of that knowledge as I go, why I make the decisions I make, why I go with the colors I go with, all that stuff. Again, I haven't done it yet, so I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to try to provide as much value for you as you watch the video as I can. So let's jump on in. Before we dive in, the sponsor for this video is 321 Grow, which is my new newsletter. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Hills, newsletters are stupid. Why would you start one? Well, I agree, and for the most part, I delete them, but what I love is a newsletter that provides value, and this is something that I've seen missing in the streaming space for a while, and so what I want to do is send out a bi-weekly, so every other Monday, you'll receive an email that has 3 content creation tips. This could be tips to grow on Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok, and actual real tips, not just like improve your sound, but really practical things that you can implement in that week going forward. So there'll be 3 content creation tips. There will be 2 ideas. This could be trends that I'm seeing on Twitter or TikTok or video ideas that you can capitalize on or new games, just 2 ideas that I've seen come out in this week. And the last one, so it's 3, 2, 1, and the 1 is a free resource. That could be a video, a blog post, a tool that I've found, but 1 free resource that you can use and capitalize. The goal for this is 1, to keep me looking into new stuff, to keep improving and finding content for you, but also to send content and help and tips to you that you don't have to seek out, but they come directly to you. So if you want to sign up for 321 Grow, I'll have the link down below. It's completely free to sign up, and I'm going to be sending out, the first week is going to be starting the Monday after this video post. So be on the lookout. And actually, as soon as you sign up, you'll get an email response that will have a 321 tip, idea, and free resource in your email just for signing up. And if you hate it, just unsubscribe. Will not hurt my feelings at all. I unsubscribe from newsletters and stuff all the time. But that's what I'm jumping into, and that is the sponsor of today's video. So with that said, let's jump on in and see who is selected for this giveaway. So I have, I'm going to do this a little bit differently because I actually, whenever I did this, I did the video, but also I did a short. So I said you could sign up both ways, and I can't find a comment picker that will pick from 2 different videos. And so we are going to, I will generate a winner for the short, and then I will generate a winner for the actual video. Then we'll put them in a head-to-head with a picker wheel and go from there. And this is all live, so you can watch as it happens. So drum roll, please. That was the closest musical talent that I have. Okay, let's see. Paco Taco is going to be the one from our short. Paco Taco, congratulations. Add you in here. And who's it going to be from the actual video? Savage Mentality. Okay. Hey, and thank you so much for that comment. That was very nice of you. All right, here it is. It is a 50-50 battle between Paco Taco and Savage Mentality. Friends, who's it going to be? And again, I want to repeat, if this isn't you, don't worry. You still have a chance. Enter a comment down below, and I will be choosing from this video. And probably from a short as well. We'll probably do the same process because I kind of want to do it as a short. And you know what? This video is going to be long enough. Let me just figure out who this is going to be. I'm keeping you guys on edge long enough. Are you ready? I hate these colors. Should I change the color? No, I'm just kidding. Let's just spin it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, it was close. Savage Mentality. All right, man. All right. Let's go ahead and check out what you're putting out right now. So I got TTV Savage Mentality. I'm just going to go to Twitch and search your name and see what you have out already. This is going to be the downfall. Is you guys are, if I don't edit this at all, you guys are going to see my slow internet. Okay. Is this has to be Savage, right? Yeah, there's no other. Man, this is the downfall. I hope I don't design this for the wrong channel. I'm guessing it's this one. Let's see if he links to his YouTube. I can confirm because the YouTube channel that commented, is this it? At Savage Mentality. By the way, hopefully this is you. Yeah, that's you. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we know it is right here. So everybody watching this video, go ahead and subscribe to Savage. Make sure you follow him on Twitch. I would love for these videos to be an uplifting moment too. You're gonna earn my follow right here too, brother. And we're gonna dive in. I'm just kind of looking, get the idea of what you do here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start in Canva. I'm going to open up something new, actually. A lot of people don't have access to this yet. If you want access to Canva docs, I will leave a link down below where you can sign up for early access, but I'm going to go ahead and use Canva all the way through. You guys know how much I love Canva and how good it is, but Canva docs is exactly what it sounds like. It is a document for Canva, and so I'm going to put in Savage Mentality rebrand, right? So the very first thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to label it. And I just want that there. And now I'm going to take a couple notes here. So what do you do, Chris? Plays a variety of games, including VR. Okay, that's interesting. Including VR sounds to me like that is a big part of the stream. But high points of the stream, the laughs, the horror, gameplay, horror games are rough. I'm here for it. If you are, also love turning the energy up in a competitive lobby with the crew. Okay, so a variety streamer, right? So I'm just going to say brand notes is what I'm going to call this line, and I'm going to bold it just so I have a little bit of differentiation. Like that. We're going to say variety. Variety streamer plays VR, plays horror games. We've got that. I don't know that I'm going to bring those necessarily into the branding because it doesn't seem like the main thing. I'm going to try to focus on main things. If there's not a main thing, we're going to go with a variety style brand. Okay, so plays VR, plays horror, seems to be a community-based streamer. Okay, so these are some notes, and this is what you're going to want to do for yourself. You want to figure out your brand notes. And so what this is like what makes your channel unique, right? What makes you unique? What makes you unlike everyone else? And so we see these variety streamer problem. Variety is it is very, very general, right? There's a lot of variety streamers out there. So I don't know that makes him different than anyone else. And unfortunately, I don't have any kind of videos to look at or watch here to get an idea of what the content's going to be like. So I'm going to have to try to fly by the seat of my pants here. And so fortunately, we do have an about. That's what I encourage everyone as you guys are getting started. Make sure you fill in an about. I do have his YouTube here that I can look at some content for. He streamed, looks like a year ago. I see some Black Ops. I'm not familiar with this game. Some Fortnite. So okay, these are of course many years ago. This is the most recent content that I have here. I'm just gonna mute it. And just kind of tab through. Okay, I don't see a webcam or anything, so I don't know if you have a webcam now, Savage. I do like how you have the V capitalized, so we'll try to use that. So, all right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to embrace the name of Savage Mentality, okay? I don't have a ton to go off right now, so we're just going to, again, try to fly by the seat of our pants. So what we're going to do is we're going to create normally I would have a section that is sort of like games here, and maybe I'll go ahead and do that just so I have, didn't mean to type that. Games, right? And I don't have to keep putting a brand, but I'm just for now. Ugh. All right, so make that bold. And you guys can do this in whatever program you have access to. I really like Canva Docs. Can't wait for it to release to everyone, and I'll have more videos on what there is to do. I'll give you a little hint, though. They have a magic write, which is sort of like an AI write. I will have a video coming up on how to use that to generate up things like stream titles, social media posts, just things to talk about while you're on stream and no one's really talking. So anyway, video for the future. Let's not dive too far into it. I do plan on these kind of videos being long form videos, talkative. We're going to kind of dive into things, but for brand games, we see he plays some FPS games, some horror games, and some VR. I'm not going to focus too much on the game in specific because he is a variety streamer. And so brand direction, I'm going to embrace the Savage. I'm going to embrace the username, essentially. That's kind of what I have to work on right now, so I'm going to go with the username. So I'm going to keep this up. I would continue as I go through. I'll probably make a note of the actual visual identity. So I'm going to put in a header here so as I start to build out the visual identity, things like fonts and color, maybe even logo, I'll start popping these in here. So I constantly have a reference to the brand itself, so I don't lose that, okay? So I'm just going to put in a tab for font, colors, and maybe the actual logo once we get it done. And we can kind of build this out as we go, or maybe some image or iconography. So yeah, so these are things that I'm trying to build out as I'm building a brand, is I want to make sure that there is consistency within the brand. And I'm going to do that by always using the same fonts, always using the same colors, always using the same logo, maybe have that logo in different aspects for different areas, but it's going to be the same logo, and always you trying to use the same iconography. So for instance, if I don't have anything on the screen here, but if I always put my Twitch icon in the little circle with the little Twitch icon inside of it, I'm going to use that across all of my branding because it's going to make it feel consistent. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to look for logos, and I want to look up, I just want to type in Savage logo. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so no logos. All right, so let's do an S logo. I think that monogram logos were always kind of safe. Obviously, we want to be wise with what we use here. This is a variety gamer, and so some of these, like with the home and stuff, that's not going to fit the brand that we're going for. Although some of these look good, I want to embrace the Savage. So I'm trying to look for something that's a little more harsh, a little more cutting edge, a little more, I don't know what, harsh, I feel like, or edgy. Edgy is the word I was looking for. And I'm just looking, S, so there's plenty of S logos. So monogram logos are going to be easy to find, especially for a letter like S. I don't know that this is the direction we're going to go. So what else do we think of when we think of Savage? I'm just going to type in the word Savage and see what we get here. Okay, that's kind of interesting look. Kind of get this explosion. That's an idea. It's an idea. Not really my style. So I'm going to go to Dribbble.com, and I really love Dribbble because it is only professional designers. You have to be invited to be able to post any kind of work on here. I am invited, so I have some work on here, but I don't have very much. But everything on here is going to be high quality. I'm just going to type in Savage logo. I want to see what other people have thought. Whenever I don't have any ideas, I love to come and just look and glean some knowledge, glean some ideas from what other amazing designers have made. I really like this concept with like the teeth. I think it's cool. I got to remember it's Savage mentality, so maybe something to do with a brain. I'm spitballing here, but this is kind of how I do it. If I were brainstorming, something that I may do is I may come over here and do like a brainstorming section, right? And I may just do a brain dump, right? And so like this would be for the logo. I may go a brain, right? Maybe a brain, teeth, a beast of some sort. Savage. I'm still going Savage. Claws. Something kind of edgy. What's on the edgier side? Savage. We could see like a bullet, right? Shot, which would kind of fit the FPS games that he plays. But it's Savage mentality, right? So I want to bring in the mental aspect of it as well. So a edgy thought bubble, right? And there's nothing you're gonna do here is wrong. You're just getting ideas on paper so that they can leave your brain and make room for more ideas. And we're gonna go with an edgy font. We're going to colors: red, black, yellow. I don't know. Just kind of throwing down some ideas here. And as I go and I start to find more and more ideas, I may go and add to that. Normally I would do the brain dump before I look for any other ideas, just to get the ideas out of my brain before I start moving on. I'm really liking these monograms. Something like this brewing savage, I think looks really, really cool. But let's continue going on with our thoughts. So let's go with a brain logo and try to get some ideas here. So again, we're in a little different sphere than a lot of these logos are going to be. A lot of these are professional logos. They're for businesses. We're designing for a streamer, right? So something like this is what I'm thinking, like, you know, kind of that like melting brain. And you know what? So let's jump over into Canva. Let's just search and see if that's something we can find. Let's look up a brain logo. And right now, so okay, that's kind of cool. That's not at all what we're going for. Here's like a rocket with a brain on it. Again, looking for anything a little bit edgy. A lot of these are health care related, not really the brand we're looking for. But you can just continue to generate idea after idea as you go through. And you know, some of these are really cool. I don't know that these are really fitting. Oh, the brain pixels, really cool. What we're going for. So let's say, let's go with a teeth logo, like or like a beast logo. So a lot of these are gonna be like dental, and we're clearly going a different direction. Let's see, teeth. We might get a lot of dental here. Okay, so let's move on down our list. What was something else that we've seen? Brain, teeth, beast. Let's look at a beast logo. Oh, that has a cool feel to it. The lion, the actual beast here. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'm having some ideas with this. Okay. So I could always go and star these so then I come back and find them. But I'm gonna continue to scroll for just a minute. I wish I kind of knew if he had like a preference in like animal or something like that, because I could see a nice animal logo going into this. I think the savage kind of gives me that idea, that thought, right? That wolf game one's kind of cool. Okay, let's see. This one, I think I'm not going to go with that one, but that one has potential. It really does. So let's go ahead. Claws, I think, was another one that I typed. I'm just keeping a logo in here because I want to see things that are built more like logos. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could do with these claws once I kind of isolate them, get them by themselves. Maybe we're getting ideas. So let's see about a bullet logo. And for the record, these designs will, so it's pulling up these presentations because there's bullet points in there. These designs will all kind of be done in my own graphic design style. So just heads up, if you went with something else, then go back and kind of make it. You can see the ideas. But I do have a lot more of a clean, professional sense style. And so that's kind of the direction that I'm going to go with these. And so I'm trying to fit something that I can do in my branding. And I will try to, I'm not great at this, but I'll try to have it marked. So if you just want to skip ahead and see which logo we actually go with, you could always skip ahead in the timeline down below. As we continue to try to choose and figure out the direction we want to go. Okay. Let's go back to let's see if there's any S and M monogram logo. That's kind of cool. Okay. That's a neat take on it. It looks like an S and H, but so not that many. Okay. So let's see if we can find a nice monogram that kind of fits what we want to do. I like the monogram style a lot. I'm just trying to find something that will either that fits what we want to do or that we can kind of work with to make it fit what we want to do. And I'm trying to generate up some ideas and things as I go. So this is the stuff that I actually usually do on stream off the YouTube video. And so, if you want to see this stuff live, most of my actual YouTube videos I do live on Twitch. And so if you want to see the thinking process and the going through, the picking things out, make sure you follow me. It's twitch.tv/drheels. And all of this is done, for the most part, is done live. And this video in particular is not, because I knew that I was going to be kind of hanging out, talking my way through it. And so I ultimately decided not to stream this, whereas I'd originally planned to. And I may have to actually record this in two different times, just because I do have an affair that I have to get to in about 20 minutes. And I'm realizing it's going to take longer than I thought, as I'm just looking for an idea or a direction to go with this logo. Man, I really want to, I don't know, a bear is what I'm thinking right now. But all these are like cuddly bears. Now, where's like savage, right? Savage mentality. Ooh, that pixel grizzly though, it is kind of dope. I don't, man, it's hard for me to dive into the pixel, even though I love pixelated logos. I'm struggling because I don't know if that's what Savage would want, right? I don't know. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna open this in a tab, right? We'll come back, but I wanna add in the words. I wanna put in his name, right? I don't love this font. I may change out this font, but let's say Savage mentality, right? And we may put this on 2 different lines for obvious reasons. We may spell the name correctly for other obvious reasons. We'll go ahead and drop our line spacing to bring this up underneath. I'm going to select the eSport gaming. I'm going to keep it for a moment because I may use that for something else, but I kind of like that font actually. City Light Dots. Let's try it. There it is. Nope, don't like it. Okay, so I'm going to type in pixel here, see if I can find a better logo that fits. I love this icon. And so I'm going to try, that has a good feel. I like a little bolder. That is close. Okay. I've actually used that font in another logo. I remember now. Okay, that one's good. Okay, gamer. So at this point, I'm just trying out fonts that are going to fit with the logo that I'm going with. I kind of like this. This does have a certain retro feel to it. I do realize. And so this may not fit what Savage wants to do, right? And in which case, I completely understand. I think I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to go ahead and change all where this point was used. And so you can see it's done a couple different times. I'm going to change all to this new font, right? And I'm going to bring this up, and I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. And so my current thought, I'm going to make a duplicate of this page. Remember, pixels are free. I'm going to delete this for now because I have it elsewhere. I'm going to copy the word Savage. And I'm going to press delete to bring mentality back up. I'll leave mentality here for now. Control V to put Savage above like this. And I'm going to kind of center this logo mark. I'm just going to go position and put it in the middle. Take the word Savage. I'm going to bring our sizing down, say to 24. I'm going to increase my letter spacing. I'm going to scroll up so I can see it. Increase my letter spacing, something like that. Again, I'm going for clean, nice, clean, and pretty. Going for pretty, y'all. And I'm going to add a curve to it. Almost. I want to make it bigger, like this. Oh man, it's center it on the bear's head. See if we like this direction. We're just getting ideas at the moment. I don't know why it looks the way it does, but I don't like the size. So I'm going to bring it back. Maybe try 32, and then I will ramp up my letter spacing. And go into my effects here and adjust my curve so it's less drastic. Something like this. I think it's starting to have a really, really good feel to it. Savage. And I'm going, what was the size on this one? 32. I'm going to take this back down to 32 as well. Now I can curve this up if I want to, or I can keep it kind of flatlined like this. I could even come in at this point and start to build a badge out of this if I want to. I'm trying to look, see if I want to. I'm going to shrink this guy down just a little. Kind of looking at this, see how we feel about it. I like this direction. Now, can I adjust my colors? I can adjust my colors. So if I wanted to bring in, because I mentioned earlier like a red, I don't love that, so we're not going to do that. I think I'm going to give this a black, and I'll give this, what if I went red in this? What is that going to affect? Okay. Oh, it helps if I If I select here, so I made that black. What if I went with a red? What's that going to affect here? Okay. I don't love it, so I'm going to, what if I take the white, which is all the white in the back? I don't love that either. So we're just looking and kind of thinking, what if we didn't go all the way red? Oh, not with that one. Always make sure you're on the right color. What if I go with this and I go with almost like a burgundy color to bring out some reds in it? I just don't love it. Okay. Can I do anything sort of special? So one of the things working with Pixel is I can start to add in my own pixels, right? So I kind of like the feel of this right now. We'll keep looking at it. We'll keep going. I will probably have to stop in a minute. But first, I'm going to take a regular square, just like this, shrink it. Oh, I'm going to hold down Shift to make sure that it keeps the aspect ratio of that small square. And then I'm going to zoom way, way, way in, okay? Make sure I get my square over here. And I'm just going to see if I can't bring in some of my own pixels, right? So holding down Shift to keep the aspect ratio. Oh, don't do that. I'm going to drag this dude. I want it right there is where I want it. And so I'm going to press my keys, put it there. And what if I put it behind? Okay, that's what I was worried about, is it does not, so this, the white is actually here. And so there's nothing I can really do to cut out the white. But let's see if I can't zoom in and get this the way that I want it. And so this is something that I don't know that I'll be able to do perfectly how I want it to go. I have an idea. All right, so sometimes we have to go and you know, go through some loopholes, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lock in my colors for now. I'm gonna make this bear head bigger. I'm gonna export this page. Just like this, current page, done. And I want it to have a transparent background. Export it. Sure, not even gonna rename it. Okay, now once it's exported, we'll go into my downloads. Bring it back. Okay, delete this one, we don't need it now. I'm gonna change this background to like a gray just so I can see a difference in color. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to use Canva's built-in background remover, and I want to see if it'll remove the white. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, it removed that gray too, and I really liked the gray. But what we could do, as I'm kind of thinking through this, is just restore it everywhere else. I just don't want it in the teeth. No. Okay, we're good. Okay, so just like that, done. All the colors there except in the teeth, except right here. Which, let me think. That is a little bit of a problem, so let me restore it. I'm just trying stuff at this point. There's nothing wrong with trying. I've made duplicates. I'm not hurting my original. Right? So I'm going to come across. And at this point, I'm just trying to keep these, like the fang part is my thought, is that I can do these fang part in like a red, and that might bring in the red that I'm wanting to use. So I'm just trying to make a reason that I can use the red. Okay, see how that's not straight? But I can make my shape straight. Trying to think, make sure that's going to work before I do it. I'll apply it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay. So now that I have that, let's go to my elements, bring in this shape that clearly got put behind everything. Okay. Put it right back here, make it red, and then I'm going to put it to the back. So I lose the pixel right here, and that's bothering me. But I don't know how much yet. So I'm going to hold down Alt. Oh, not on that. Click, hold down Control to select the back image, and then hold down Alt to select it, drag it over. Unfortunate. Okay, so let me send the bear to the back, and we're just going to drag this over all 4 teeth, like this. Select both these, Alt, drag to copy them. Now put the bear to the front, and zoom out. Not perfect, but we'll get an idea. Do we like it? Like, is it worth the trouble of adding it in there? Because I kind of would like to. No, I don't know. This is a tough one for me. You guys can kind of make your call on it. For now, I'm going to group it, and I will use it. So I'm going to shrink these back down, because especially when it's down to that size, it's not that noticeable. I'm going to Alt drag. I think I can drag it onto this artboard. There we go. I don't think I've ever tried that. Okay. So now that we have that, I'm liking the direction. So I don't love how it has these, so I'm going to shrink this in so that I can actually center this. And same with this one. That does not look centered to me, so I'm going to notch it over just a little bit. I can also feel that this feels, I'm trying to line the A up right in the middle of the chin. I can feel that this feels off from that because of the letter spacing, so I'm going to bring a little bit of letter spacing and obviously Alt and drag. So if you click down Alt, it drags from the middle, whereas if I just held it down, it would drag just to this right side. And I don't want that. I have it centered, so I want to Alt and drag out. I don't know that I would go much wider than that, so I'm just dragging it out a little bit. I kind of want it to be even with those, but I want there to feel like there's a little bit of letter spacing in it as well. And that starts to feel pretty good. What if I took the Savage? Remember I liked how he had the V? What if I took just the V and made it red? No, greatly dislike it. Okay, so where else can we bring in this red, right? Could definitely go with a background of red, which I'm not loving. And so maybe the splash of red in the teeth is enough. I mean, if we start integrating splashes of red, if you have a brand color, it doesn't have to be overwhelming, right? You can kind of splash it in. And so I think that's what we're going to do here. I think for now, I'm going to wrap up right now because it's 4:48. I've got to go. So I will, whenever I get back from what I'm doing and I get my family back to bed, I will pick back up. And so you'll probably see the video jump from 4:48 until like 1 a.m. is when I'll probably start back. But I think I'm going to leave this right here. I like this direction. I'm just going to go with logo, and we're going to continue to build on this right here. I like the pixelated look. Again, it's personal preference. Also, like one thing you'll notice that I'll do when I make a logo, I won't like blow it up. Like that screams amateur. So whenever you see a logo presented, just go back with me real quick. Go back as I wrap up and look at Dribbble. Almost every logo you see how minimal they make the logo. Like they could have filled up this entire space. Like the image itself, look at the aspect ratio of the image, right? When you have something that is designed well, it doesn't have to take up the whole screen, right? And so you'll notice, like as I'm laying things out, as I'm laying this design out, I'll probably have it shrunk down because in most of my designs, I'm not going to have it huge and taking up the whole page. And so that's just a little design tip. Here's a couple design tips from this. Make sure your font matches your icon. I have a pixelated icon. I'm going with a pixelated font. I could probably do this and change this to a sans serif, and it may look okay. It may, right? It doesn't feel like it matches to me. You know what I mean? And so I could go with something like this that has a good feel, but I don't feel like it matches the icon, right? I could go, with some sort of like script or something like that. It just doesn't match our icon. It doesn't match the icon. So we always want our fonts, our branding to match each other. We want them to feel cohesive, like they go together. So font matches the icon. If you're going to use a color, it doesn't have to be an overwhelming amount of color. You can splash in color and then use that throughout branding in a minimal way, right? That's another tip. Another tip, let your letters breathe. There's just something that looks so much more professional. You tell me, and I'm just, oh, all right. No, go away. Okay. Just if I just had a word on the screen, right? And I just press T, put out some words here. Okay, I hate this font already, but let's say I have this text, and I'll switch the font to, I don't know, Code. Code is a good font, right? And you're cheating because you're seeing it in a professional look already. Okay, there's that versus that. Just looking at those side by side, this already has a more premium professional feel to it because I shrunk it down, and I spaced it out. It's called letting it breathe. There's power in white space. There's power in what's called negative space, where things are not, right? Because even this doesn't feel that premium if I size it up. That doesn't feel pro. Now, when I'm designing a thumbnail, I completely change everything because you want your text big because it's hard to see because tiny little picture. But when you're designing a logo, let it breathe. Let there be room. That just feels so much more premium. Also, I just glanced over and seen all of these magic recommendations. We may look at some of these as we come back and see, because some of these could be kind of cool, right? Savage mentality with this like weird clown. Kind of fits the horror game vibe. I'm going to leave that there. Right? Just for me, for when I come back. I like this font too. Again, I don't think this font necessarily matches, but I don't think it necessarily doesn't. This font is called Code Pro. It is kind of intended to replicate like a programming language. And so anyway, something for me to come back to, but as of right now, this is the direction that we're going to go and we're continue to build from. So for you, it'll be like a cut. For me, it's gonna be several hours before I come back to this. So I'm just kind of leaving myself little notes and ideas, and we'll continue to build this out. What did I tell you? Told you I would be back at like 1 a.m. to record this. It's actually 12:35, a little earlier than I thought, but I'm beat. So I'm gonna finish this recording tomorrow. For you, it'll be like a jump cut, but for me, it'll be tomorrow after work. So I'll be back, different clothes, all that. Same, it's fine. These videos, very impromptu, very unprofessional. But hopefully they're entertaining and they're educational. Okay, we are back. It is quite early in the morning, 7:51. Just dropped my daughter off at school. I went ahead and hopped on and fixed this logo. I had an idea while I was actually driving about how to fix this so that if you notice in this one, I'm just going to size it way up real quick. You can see how that line's not perfectly straight. Yeah, that was driving me nuts. I couldn't let it go. So I remade it. See how I have the perfect straight line? So what I did is I did the background erase like I did before, but this time I didn't restore all of the teeth. I essentially just have a white square. If I hold down Control, I should be able to select it. Well, I have it all grouped. So you see I have a white square back here, and then I have my two red squares here to kind of fill that in. That way, at least I have a straight line kind of fits the pixel feel. It's fine. It's gonna be so small no one's ever gonna notice, but when it comes to design work, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So yeah. Anyway, all right. So I now have it fixed. So I'm going to replace this one with it. Oh, click into the right square, and try to zoom in just a little bit. I have a Canva tips and tricks video that I'm currently writing. But in that video that I'm writing, I'm gonna have a few just life, I don't know, improvement tips and stuff. And zooming in, zooming out, I'm gonna have like a cool little hack for that and stuff too. So anyway, keep your eye out for that video. It is coming. Okay, so for right now, this is the logo we're gonna go with. I think this is a nice looking logo. Again, we're leaving room to let it breathe. Now, from here, what I would try to do, yeah, so you can kind of see how they have it pictured. And I would want to do something similar. I want the logo to be able to be visible in many different settings. And so one of the things I want to do is I want to have a setting for a dark background. So if the background's black, we can see how there's a problem. Ooh, that is blue. Did y'all know that font was blue? It does not look blue to me right here. We're going to change that though. Okay. No, I won't do change off right now. But there we go. There we go. Okay. So you see the problem. Actually, that kind of looks cool on black though. It kind of looks cool. All right, so let's just make this white. I mean, like that's kind of cool. Okay, well let's see how they did the color here. So they just did this outline in white, right? I don't think it looks as good as this one. Yeah, I mean, I'm going with this. I'm keeping this black. I think that looks really stinking cool. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But okay, so now, easy enough, we have our light background version, and our dark background version. So we can kind of see it. And one of the things you want to do is you want to make your logo versatile. You want it to be able to be, you want a version for a light background, a version for a dark background, you want a version for grayscale. So if I had a version where I wanted to take out all of the saturation, I would just essentially get rid of my red here. That's the only thing, and maybe the gray, but that way you could actually have it like printed on a hat or embroidered, something like that. You always have those options. But for now, we're going to go ahead and lock in these two logos. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to download these just as JPEG so that I can add them over here to my doc with my logo. But I will, of course, download them as transparent files that I can reuse as we go and make our further designs. So let's go ahead and download this. I'll download, I'm just going to download these as a JPEG, like 100% quality. A lot of these things you're going to have Pro for, but again, I'll have Pro linked down below for a free 45-day trial of Canva Pro for you to make your designs, do whatever you need to do with it. Okay, 3 and 4, perfect, download. Okay, so we're going to go and call our logo at this point done, okay? And I actually feel really good about it. I'm hoping that Savage likes it. I don't know if it's the direction he wants to go. I'm feeling like a little bit limited on what I'm going to be able to do with the overlays just because I've went pixelated, and I don't know if Canva has any pixelated overlays. So this is just going to have to be try and find out. Also, I didn't intend for this video to be broken up into several parts the way that it's going to be, but it's going to have to be. I haven't had like enough time to sit down and pour 2 hours into this design all at once, and so I'm gonna have to do it at different times. So that's not a problem. I mean, I hope you guys don't mind. There'll be a couple close changes, but I'll try to let you know. All right, well, this is all I can do for now, and let's make this guy a little smaller. And we'll bring this one in. Just like that. Right, just so I have a logo reference. Can I align these to the left? I don't know if I can. No, maybe they have to be centered. I don't know. Okay, I'm still pretty new. Well, Canva Docs itself is still pretty new, so that's okay. So the font that we've went with here, the font is VT123. I don't know if that's the font we'll use all the way through, but for now it is VT123. Our colors are straightforward. It is black. It is white. There is a gray tone in there. I don't know if you can see it, so let's see if we can't figure out what color that is exactly. I'll probably have to go to one of these that I have not saved already as a PNG. There we go. So white, black, and I'm pretty sure this is just straight black. What is this gray color though? C4BCC8. Okay, so colors is just going to be black is 00000. So these are the hex code is what I'm writing down. It is just straight black, right? Let me check. Yes, straight black, straight white, which is just FFFF. Okay, then the gray was C9C 0CE, C9C 0CE, and the red is the only other color I have here. Come on, click the little pixel. Oh my gosh, why can I not put my mouse on it? There we go. Got it, guys. FF1616. All right, so 1616. It's not typing. FF1616. Okay. Nope, that is 1661. Okay, 1616. Okay, so there are our colors. Here is our logo. So this is the building blocks of the brand, right? Everything else is going to be built out using these same things. Now, why I said I'm not sure if that'll be the only font is just because this font, from what I'm words come back, it only has one weight. I don't love fonts that only have one weight, so I may find another header font that we can sub in. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to go with Twitch overlay, and this is to try to find a building block for the overlay itself. So ideally what I would make first is going to be like the starting soon screen. Usually your starting soon or your be right back has the most like elements in it. that like it's a big full screen, and so you can make a lot of branding stuff off of it. All right, so let's see. I'm kind of like something like this is kind of nice. So I'm just gonna preview these without having to open them up. So I could see definitely doing something like this. Obviously changing this out to our colors that we're using, which would just probably be white, black, and then these icons we could do as red. And then our bear logo right here, I think that would look really good. Can we make that like the building block of our, because I like keeping the squared edges, right? The squared edges kind of remind me of that pixelated feel that we're kind of going for. So I'm gonna wait, but remember this one for a moment, okay? That one I feel like we're probably gonna go with, but I think that we can make a lot of these work. A lot of these are fairly squared. I don't love the yellow kind of in the background of this one, but this one is nice. This is possible. We could definitely use that. So for now, okay, I'm going to do this out of order from how I would normally do it, just because the one that I found that I think I want to use is this one right here. It's very simple. And I know in building this, we don't know for certain if Savage has a camera. I'm hoping you do have a camera, but even if you don't, I think that what we build here, you could use on your gameplay overlay, and this be the little top bar over your gameplay, right? So I think that that's a possibility, and I'm going to run with that for now. And so what I'm going to start with is, this is not a bad font, okay? I'm going to type out our name, right? Savage Mentality. And I'm going to go back and name these username 123. Or no, what is it? 1246. I think it's 1246 is the running joke I have right now. And then I'm going to change these icons. Now, Savage, if you don't necessarily want to link, is this my FF1616? It's good. Good. Okay. I don't want this back here like that, but it's fine. I'll change that in just a moment. It doesn't look bad, though. If we want to sprinkle in our color, that doesn't look bad. And so now let's bring in, let me jump back. And I just need our icon. I think I did save just the icon. Yes. Oh, no, I didn't save it with the sprinkle of red, though. All right. So right here, this is going to be the exception to the rule because I want to export this as high quality as possible. So I'm going to make it fill up the area, and then I'm going to export it as a PNG with a transparent background. Not all pages, just our current page. Done. Download. Okay. I just want this icon in the highest quality that I can get it, and I will call it, I'm actually going to just replace this one as the icon. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Okay, so that icon we're going to put right here, okay? Now, we have to remember, this down here will have some gameplay in it. And so a lot of times what I will do is I will bring over a gameplay image or something. I forget, I'm on a different team. And so since I'm on the other team, I don't have all my uploads that I normally put in here. Okay, so we'll call this Savage. I'm just going to call this SM, and we'll say overlays. There we go. Okay, so now I just want to grab a gameplay scene. I know you play some Fortnite, so let's do a Fortnite screenshot. Just so that I have a reference to what it's going to look like on top of gameplay. Now, ideally, your webcam would be here, and so it would just be a picture of yourself. But if you don't have a webcam, we're going to go and make sure it looks good with with Fortnite underneath, right? That'll work. Just right-click, copy image. Come here, paste this in. I'm going to set that as the background. So there we go. That's kind of what we're looking like with Fortnite underneath. It takes up a little bit more of the screen than I would like, and I think I'm going to size that down. Remember, I am of the belief that less is more, and so that is exactly what we're going to do here. Is we're going to bring these guys up, and I think we're already starting to look a little better, and I'm just going to select all, and I think it's Control. Is it Control click or Shift click? I don't know. Okay, we'll select all these individually. Time-saving hacks only work if you remember what they are. If you've got to spend time figuring out what they were, they didn't save you any time. Unless you have time to work on it. So I don't like how far away the actual icon is from the name. Feels a little weird to me. And so I'm going to eyeball this. Oh, actually, it's going to tell me it's exactly 14. I'm assuming pixels away. There we go. So something like that. And I may spread these out a little more. Given the amount, given time, I may spend a little more time. So I think like that feels pretty good. And when we pull our bear in here, we'll just like that. Now let's pull our bear friend in here. Okay. And, you know, something like that. We're going to make sure the spacing is a little more even. So something just like that. I mean, I think that that is a really clean. And remember, Savage, I will be sending all this to you as templates, so you can come in here and change out any of these you want, or if you hate this red color and you want to change it, or change the font, you're welcome to do that. Oh, I actually didn't change these fonts, did I? Can I change multiple fonts at once? I don't know. We'll see. Telegraph and HK Modular. I like HK Modular for my headers. Let's change Telegraph to, what was it, 1, 2, 3. See, this is why we make this document, guys. VT123. Right? And we're going to up that size because you can tell this is a smaller font. And we're going to change all. 23.3. I'm just going to bring it up to 24. And I'll change all these to 24. Not 243. That's very different. So there we go. Keeping our font similar. And I think I'm going to keep HK Modular. Let's try it in our other font real quick, though. All right, trying to decide how I like it. And then I would even toy around with, I kind of like it. I think I like that better. Even making that black. Which is not how I'd normally do it, but I feel like it fits this particular branding a little bit better. So here we can just kind of compare the two. Yeah, let me know which one you liked better, but I like one. I like one better. I like it better with our actual font. So we're not adding any fonts. We're sticking with the HK or VT123. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to build off of this. And so what I'm going to do is copy what I've actually made, right? Control C, Control V to copy it down, or Command C, Command V if you're on a Mac. And I'm going to try to keep these elements. So what I may start with is see if I can't do anything with this guy, right? So I can go wider with it, but can I go taller? Not necessarily. So we might see if there is other building blocks that we can use that may get us where we're going. Oh, but first, let's go back and search. We're going to search for pixel. Just, I don't know what it's going to show me. Okay. So getting some ideas already. Look at that. That's kind of cool. And we're just going to come over and look at some ideas. There's some actual like pixelated backgrounds. I don't know that those necessarily matched our branding at the moment, but I'm open to it. These are really stinking cool. We're finding more than I thought we would. So that's a good problem to have. Got to keep an eye on the time because I do have to get ready for work in just a minute. Man, okay. Some of these are really cool. So we're looking for something that can kind of work as our building blocks, but still fits this kind of beast. Remember what we're going for. We don't want to deviate from our original brain dump, right? We want the teeth. We want the claws. We want the beast. We want that savageness to come through. Don't just come over here and choose, you know, this one because you think it looks cool. That does not. It looks cool, but it doesn't fit the brand. So we're trying to find something very specific. Like I keep seeing these where they're using like this window here, and I think it looks really cool, but it doesn't fit the brand. So that's where I'm at right now. This has some potential with the idea, but it doesn't communicate that savageness to me, right? And so I'm looking for something that still holds to that. And all I'm seeing is like clouds and castles and grass and like that. That's not savage, right? That's not savage. Now, I love this little guy right here. Oh, you guys can't see him. My face is in the way. I know people have told me to turn off the face cam, but I feel like I like videos that have a face cam in it. I feel like it just communicates personalness a little more. But I'll try to be more conscious of where my head is, and so that I can scroll up and show you got stuff above me, like this 8-bit coffee. Love it, but I'm a coffee guy. Let me know. Are you what is your primary drink of choice? Are you coffee, water, soda? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm normally coffee, but I got a Diet Dr. Pepper right now. Not sponsored, but Dr. Pepper, hit me up. How you doing? Yeah, they're not watching. All right, so man, there's a lot of cool stuff here. I'm trying to find What I'm realizing is there's actually a lot of artwork that we might be able to reuse. And so, ooh, look at this fire here, this pixelated fire. I kind of like this background. Is the background customizable? Can I change the color? Ooh, well, I can. So if I just went red, that kind of has a cool feel, right? That kind of, all right, I'm gonna keep this open for now. All right, I'm getting some ideas. So let me go jump over to elements. I want to go with, I don't know, angles, something angle. Not quite that. It's like, I have angles. Not what we're looking for, buddy. Not what we're looking for. That's pretty cool if we want it animated. Do we want it animated? About said chat. I'm not streaming. I feel like I'm streaming because I'm commentating everything I'm doing. And usually when I'm doing that, I'm streaming. I have an idea. How do I do it? All right, hold on. I have an idea. Okay. Oh, I know how to do it. I'm an idiot. Why is that like that? Oh, there's words. Oh, that was dumb. All right. Right now I'm just building stuff. So this is probably going to look ugly for a minute. I'm going to break all the design rules that I told you guys not to do. Okay? But just bear with me for just a minute. I'm going a little oversized for the moment, just trying to get some ideas. I'm going to bring my letter spacing back up. Quit. This is why I hate whenever you have this thing that tells you like how big it can be. All right, center it too, please. Okay, we're getting to where we're hitting our logo, but I may not actually have our logo there for this. I may... Okay, what I'm thinking, and I'll vocalize my thoughts right now. It would be cool if we had this logo, or if we had, man, there's no way to do it, I guess. If like whenever the white streak came over, it flashed the like logo in red or something. I thought that would be cool, but I don't know if I can do that. Okay, so we don't worry about it. I do think this has an interesting look, so I'm going to bring this over. And we're just going to search pixel. And we'll probably make a copy here in just a moment. There's no guarantee we're going to use this. I'm just putting stuff on screen right now. And so you guys have seen me actually use stuff like this a lot. I don't want it to feel completely repetitive, which it's going to. So I'm trying to deviate like my spacing. And then I can flip some like this. Flip horizontal. Right, and then put all of these to the back so they're kind of coming up behind our... And now as I have that... What was this? Oh, that. Okay. I was like, what am I selecting? I'm trying to think. I don't even know if I need this at this point. I wish that I could make these more red. So they matched our actual branding. I like those a lot. So we're just going to go and look and see what else is here in our like pixelated options. I like those a lot. I don't like how they're not fully red. And I don't know if I'm keeping these guys right now. at the moment, if I were to keep these, I would not have them over here unless I put his name up here. If I put Savage Mentality up here, then maybe that works, but I would probably center these like that and have those available. And then from there, Command Shift G to ungroup them. I'm just going to try to put these to the right amount out. So I'm going to hold down Shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Holding down Shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. Something to space them out just a little bit more and kind of pop in whatever you want there. I think this has an interesting feel. I don't like how this doesn't match the actual red of the teeth. So from just a branding perspective, I don't love that because it is an orange. So let's just keep looking for just a moment and see if anything else catches our eye. And so it's what we're looking for at this point. Remember, pixels are free. You don't have to go with the first thing you make. But if you love it, you can. And that's the awesome thing about design. So can I adjust the colors in these like that? I can. Man, why can't I adjust it with flame? So can I adjust it like that? It doesn't fit. Okay. So we're just looking. I'm going to go with the pixel fire and just see if I can't find. Because like that, I could adjust the color in. All right, we're going to try something. Right? All right, there's our start. I'm going to delete essentially everything. Okay. I guess it'd be better for me to actually have them down here, kind of where they were. Right? And then I'm going to download that as an MP4. Not all pages, just the last page. I'm going to see if I can do any kind of color editing to it if I bring it back in as a video. So one of the things in Canva is, some of these elements that are kind of like built in, you don't have a lot of editing, but then when you bring it back in as a JPEG picture or another video, you have a little bit more like editing that you can do to it. And so I'm going to attempt that. I don't know if it's going to work. So I'm just going to create a whole new page so I'm not losing anything whenever I try these things. And it probably will take it a minute to import in. Yeah, so you see I have some edit video, but I just don't know if I can color edit. I'm hoping I can. Did I just make it as the background? So let's see, edit video. So I can add filters. Oh, I can adjust. Okay, I can adjust. And so let's see if I can get our tint. Would it be tint? Of course, that's messing with the blacks. Something probably maybe just bringing up that saturation kind of high. Did I get us there? Let me copy this over. The cool thing is I can bring in the whole video. What did I just do? All right, so let me make a copy of this. Again, we're just going to copy things so that we don't lose anything that we actually want. And then I will take this video. Can I take this video? No, because it's attached to my background. So Control C, Control V, right? Make it full screen. Nope. Doing that. And then I'll send it to back. Now that to me looks better, right? You guys think? I think that looks better. I think that looks better. I think that is a lot closer to our red. I mean, I can't tell that it's different. So I'm going to turn playback and I'm going to make it loop forever. Weird. Okay, anyway, when we export it, we'll have it set up to loop anyway. We don't want this to be a long video file. If it's a long video file, it'll really slog down your OBS. So we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to take and make sure that this dude is centered. He was not centered at all. But I want him middle here. Make sure this, I kind of like this. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I kind of like this. Why do I have a black bar here? The background's black. So now I'm going to, do I still have a black bar? What's your deal here? All right, now I got rid of it, I think. Group, and I just want to make sure that these are centered. They are. Okay, perfect. So this is kind of where we're at right now. I kind of like this idea. Like, I like this direction. I'm bringing that down just a little bit, so... Is that where I centered it? Did I not move? Yeah, okay. Bring that down, and then I can drop these down and have just a little more breathing room. Breathing room always feels a little bit better. That might be too much. But this is a pretty good start. Now, I would kind of do the same with the be right back. Obviously, just change out the be right back. And we're getting there. I think this is a really cool design. I think this is a cool feel. I'm just going to adjust. I'm trying to adjust my spacing as I go. A lot of times I would just throw stuff down and I would come back through and kind of fix it. What we could do here, I'm just going to try a color swap. I don't know how well this is going to work, but Canva has this new feature that is actually a background remover, right? So what I want to do before I actually do the background, I'm going to detach this guy for a minute. I'm going to make my background white. Light gray, no white, please. Now I will go in here, I'll go to edit video, and I'll go to the background remover. See if it can remove all the black out. That would be nice. And then we may have one, our be right back could be on white and just kind of have a flip effect, or we may decide we like the white better. So this one could take a few minutes to do its thing. And so what we'll do is I will pause the recording right now because I have to go in and get ready for work. Oh, never mind, it's 90%. Let's at least see how this is gonna work out, and then I will pause the recording and I'll come back after work. Yo, savage mentality literally just followed me. Bro, does he know? Does he know? He can't know. Am I streaming? I've done that before. I've hit record and I start streaming. Savage, literally, you're going to be in the video. You followed me as I was designing your stuff. That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for the follow. And hey, if you're here right now and you're not following me, be like Savage. Just be like Savage, all right? Be savage, bro. That's cool. That should be your catchphrase. Be savage. Oh no, I don't think it worked. I don't think it worked. Yeah. Unfortunate. Oh, you know what? I'm a dum-dum. I made this video. Guys, sometimes when you're designing stuff, you'll be really, really dumb, okay? And that's okay. You're allowed to be, all right? You're allowed to be. Don't let anyone tell you different. All right. Now let's download this guy and put the white one in. It was page 5, right? Yes. Okay. We'll download it on a white background and then we'll replace it. And we're done. Look at that. We're so good. All right. He had to know, right? Savage, how you got to let me know? You got to let me know in the comments, Savage. How did you know to follow me right now at this moment? That's at 8 a.m., bro. Maybe it's a different time for you. I stream to, because of the time that I stream to a lot of different time zones. Okay, I'll put on this one. So we're going to make this one white. Actually, I really like the way it looks on white, honestly. Right? Remember, the only reason we're doing this is so that I can adjust the saturation is why I've brought it in as a video. So I can adjust the saturation to match our red. So I can go to edit video, adjust, and I think all I did was bump my saturation all the way up, and it really gets it close to that red color. So, I mean, I think that one looks really cool too. So I'll make this one the be right back screen. And Savage, you can decide which one you want to use. Again, I'm sending you all of this. I will clean it up though, so that you don't have like a million different things in there. And you're like, what are these? Well, those are the working files, my friend. All right, maybe I will leave this one. And this one, I can title this as SS Working Flames. That just means you can edit those, okay? All right. So this could be your full screen or gameplay scene. All right? Full screen or gameplay. This is your working flames. This is, you can actually edit those. This is, ready to export. Black, ready to export white. Why are those like fuzzy? Okay. I don't know. Maybe they weren't fully imported yet. Either way, you can kind of choose which way you want to go with that. We will pause the video for now. The only thing we have left to make at this point, we have kind of the building blocks of the branding. But I still need to make a webcam overlay. And so that'll be the last thing that we knock out here will be the webcam overlay. And maybe since we kind of have some building blocks of a brand, I don't know if I'll do this in every video or in every branding package, but a lot of them I'll try to do at least a social media cover that you can kind of edit and resize. And remember, you can take most of these things that we've made here and click in, and you can go to resize, and you can actually resize it to a like Facebook cover or Twitter or whatever, and then just kind of move stuff around and edit. That's essentially what I'm going to do. Once I have the building blocks of the like branding, all I kind of do is move stuff around. So one thing I wanted to try out before I end, and I've got to go. I know I do, y'all. I do, but I can't. When I have an idea in my head, it's so hard for me not to try to execute it. So I wanted to use this for just a moment, and what they had done is they'd rotated it 180 degrees, like that. And this may be too much, right? And it's circles, so I don't really love that. I thought it was squares originally, but you know, here we are. But you know what? Let's try. Right? So you could absolutely, can I flame will you play? You could do something like this to dress it up. I don't like it as much. It feels like too much, but you could do that. That's always an option. I'm going to go on the cleaner route and not do that. But if you decided to, you absolutely could. In this, do we want, I know that like a shadow is not going to add like a ton, but just having a little drop shadow kind of behind this might add a neat effect. We'll see. I'm going to take the blur all the way off. You can see here, you can see this little bottom corner where the shadow is. And I'm going to, I will have some transparency, right? Something like that. I want to offset a little more. I think kind of looks good. All right, now let's play our flame video and see how it looks. That kind of cool. You see how it has that little effect as it goes around? That's kind of what I was going for. You see, just it's not much, but it just I feel it adds to it. You know what I mean? And yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm not gonna add anything else. I think this is a solid design where we're at right now, and I think it fits the branding that we've worked on. We've kept our fonts consistent. We've kept our iconography consistent. We've kept our color consistent as close as I can with these flames. But I think to most people's eye, you won't be able to really see a difference. And we've kept all of this consistent. We, you know, kind of have two different versions here, and maybe we can come and add that same drop shadow on this one right here. I know there's a way that I can do it, but I'm already this far in at this point. Okay, cool. You can kind of see it coming off there. So I've taken off all the blur. I will lower my transparency a little more on this one because you can see it a lot more, but I will bring that offset a little bit higher. So I think that has a really cool feel to it. Let's put the flames behind it. Yeah, so I think that looks really good. Really good spot. I'm excited to see how this branding comes out and finishes. I hope you love it, Savage. But with that, I'm going to pause for just a minute, and whenever I come back, it'll be after work, and then I will work on our webcam frame. And so that will be, we'll probably do the webcam frame, and then we will also do a social media cover. It's probably for Twitter or YouTube or something, but you can resize it how you want, but I'll at least put that on the building blocks, and you can use it how you like. Then I will send over all of this stuff to you, and then the video will be up. I think the video itself is going to be pretty long, so I hope you guys had a good cup of coffee and you can just kind of sit back and watch. I don't know if everybody's going to like this kind of content, but I do. Like, I love to sit down and watch people that do like long form design and long form like cooking and stuff. I you know, not all the time clearly, but you know, when you have the time, you can sit down, put it up on the TV or something, or you know, however you prefer to do it. I don't know. If this video does terrible, then we won't do these long form videos anymore. I'll do the branding, and then I'll do a quick form video of it like I normally do. Because we're probably going to be about an hour and a half long. I'm guessing you guys already know, but anyway, I guess I should quit talking or it's gonna be even longer. All right, welcome back. It has been a day already. Let's go ahead and jump back into the design. All we have left now is, what do we say? The camera border, right? The camera border. So it's all we have left. So let's knock that out. And this will be a design that we will call done. It doesn't matter. Let's go. Okay, so here's where we are. Before I went to work, I had made this. For you, it was just a minute ago. I don't know why I'm reminding you. For me, it's been a full day. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a page. I'm going to go and copy over this right here. Just kind of keep that there so that I can plan on having a small camera border. Next thing I always like to do is to already just go ahead and use a frame. So over here in Elements, you can go down to frames. There's frames and grids. You can tell it's shaped like this so that you can put an image in it. There are ways to do custom frames. It is just quite tricky. I did that in my recent custom health bar, the custom health bar one. I made a custom frame, which is tricky to do, but you can absolutely do it. If you'd like to see a video on that, leave a comment, let me know. If you want the custom health bar one, I'll try to put it in the card or in the description below. All right, so let's see. The first thing we're going to start off with is try to figure out what shape we want. And I think the simplest is just a square, right? I think a square, I don't know if we want to go square or maybe a rectangle. Either one I think makes sense. I really like to do rounded edges for these. That's what I do on my own, as you can see. But I think for this branding, because it is pixelated, I think just a hard square makes more sense than any of these that has the rounded edges. And so there may not be one that is just an actual rectangle. It feels weird if there's not, but there may not be. I'm just going to scroll for a minute and look and see. You see there's plenty of options here, plenty of things you can work with. Excuse the yawning. It is now midnight for me, and I've worked pretty much a 12-hour day, and so I'm already a little bit beat. I kind of like the taller one, sort of like this. I think it looks good, and I think it actually has a border on it, which doesn't feel terrible. Sure, let's go with this one for now. Right, so this is just something that I can work with. I can use this as my webcam. And so what I need to do is pull a picture in here for us to use. I just seen that and I was curious. Okay. Cheer cam. I don't know. We'll just keep scrolling just for a second before we settle on this one 100%. What is it? Just a square. Oh, it has what is that little effect around it? Oh, well, I think that effect would be kind of difficult for us to probably actually using our green screen. I don't think it would be that hard to keep that effect actually. So never mind. I take back what I was going to say. Some of these are kind of cool. It has like the folded effect. That would be kind of neat. Let's see. Okay. For now, I think we will keep this and we'll work with this as our primary webcam frame. You can see how like some of this, you could already have, this could be your webcam frame. Like if you just went over into, you uploaded a full green photo to go as the background, or I don't know, go to, let's see if there's under like photos, where's my photos? There we go. Under photos, if there's like a green screen, just like that, right? Then bring that in OBS and green screen it out. And you could use just this as your, use that just as your whole, your webcam overlay. Oh, well, it doesn't quite fit what we're doing here, so it doesn't matter. But for now, let's keep this and let's put an image in there. I like to have an image in there. Let's see. Do I have an image of me? Look, there we go. Look at me. Kind of gives you an idea of what you'd look like on camera if, you look like me. Anyway, not the point. Look, shows what a human face looks like in there. So there's our starting blocks. We have a camera on the screen. Now, I think I'm going to grab this dude right here. And I think we're going to try to replicate, bring him down. I think something keeping him going like this. Oh, no. I'm going to hold down control so he doesn't pop into that frame. And I'm going to do that. Now, what I'm seeing here is he doesn't, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to toy with this a little more. Right there centered. What if I make this black so that my bar kind of goes in to where the bear is right there? I think that kind of has a cool feel to it. I'm having another idea right now. I don't know how possible it will be to do because I couldn't do those flames. If I could do those flames on some sort of transparent background. But there's no way, at least at this moment, there's no way that I know how to do these flames on a transparent background because we did try to remove the, we attempted to remove the background using the background remover tool, and that didn't work for us. But what I was thinking is it'd be cool if I had those like pixel flames kind of flickering down here right at the bottom, just to kind of keep that consistent. And let's be honest, it would be kind of exciting. At the moment, I really like the direction this is going already. I love simple. If you guys have watched my channel much, you know that I like minimalistic design. And bringing this bear in here, I think has a really nice feel to it. But I really do want to bring in the fire though. So let me think about that for just a second. Okay, what I could do is go to elements, right? Go back to frames. Recently, you see if I can find it, right? And I mean, all I want is like that. I'm not sure how we're going to do this yet. So this is the kind of stuff I would normally do on stream, but off video, right? And I'm just randomly kind of flipping these. Right, something like that. So if I had these just like this, how can I make them disappear when I export it? So I'm kind of thinking, trying to think how I can do this within like Canva software. Also, if I even really like it, as it feels really repetitive right now. Okay, I'm going to go some super complex and see if I even like the idea. So just covering that up. It would be, it has a cool feel to it, right? Like, I mean, I think clearly it has a cool feel. Is there a way to do it? That is the next question. See if I can export it as a video file like this. So, okay, here's an idea. Thinking out loud. As a video file, can I... Let me copy this down real quick. I'm just going to duplicate, but I'm actually just going to delete all this for now. If I put this on here, can I change the... What's it called? Where if I could turn this to screen, I think it would remove all the black from it. But I don't think that I have that option, unfortunately. This is where it would be so good if we had the option to export with a transparent background, and I've put in a request for that. Hopefully we can get that going soon. At the moment, I don't have that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look and see if there is a video background remover tool for free, and see if we can find something like that. And I don't know that. I mean, we'll just see if it works better. And if it does, that obviously we'll use that. I don't know what this tool is. What am I looking at right now? Interesting. Go this one. Okay. This is interesting. I may have to check this tool out later. It has a nice timeline. So Capwing. All right, I don't know. Did it do it? Video background removed. Oh, I got to upgrade. Okay, so I got to pay for it. That makes sense. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. I thought maybe it was too good to be true. It's still worth checking out in the future. It has a very interesting look to it. It looks very Canva-like to me. So maybe we can come back to that at a later time. Remove background. Select the app. What? App 1. I don't know. That's fine. Oh, is this one already, was it already white, or did it actually remove the background? I have no idea. Okay. Did it do it? Okay. I don't think that's going to work. So I'm just kind of sitting here thinking right now. I have an idea. Okay, so essentially I don't need this to be perfect. Right? And here's the reason. This would actually just be put into OBS, right? So I even though I can't like mock it up right here, I think that I can still make it work. So bear with me for just a moment. Bear, huh? Get it? All right, not funny. Okay, so I have that. Okay, so this is a start. I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so I'm going to also go back. I think, where's the photos? I'm going to grab that green screen background. Give me a bright green background on there. I'm going to group everything for now. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more and just scroll down just a little. Okay, I think that's good. Now, obviously, I want that bar on top of the fire. So what I'm going to try to do is go and just get a line. Oh, there was a line, wasn't there? Can I increase the thickness? Okay, so we're kind of getting into the fine tuning here. I want to make sure. You see how it's going over the edge just a little bit there? I do not want it to do that on either side, so we'll bring it to the inside, I guess. Hold down control. Holding down control keeps them from snapping. But it also makes it so that it's not perfectly straight. Oh, okay. All right, so now we have that. I'm just going to Alt and drag down. Just like this one, Control C, Control V. I'm just going to use my arrow keys to kind of place it. Okay. All right, I think we're there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to export this one. My cats are going nuts in the room behind me, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what their deal is. Okay, so now I'm going to export it just as the current page as an MP4 with bright green. Okay. Then we'll bring it back in. And of course, we could have kind of adjusted our flames and stuff here. And Savage, for the record, hopefully you're still watching this. I will have the file that I send you will not have all these work files in it. It'll have just the finished stuff. Okay. We'll call this webcam draft. Okay. Now, what I need to do, I'll just create another one real quick. Go away. Take all those lines with you. Now let me drag that back in. Now the only downfall is I have the white on the sides here, but I'm just going to crop that in. And we'll get in and fine tune it a little more. I'm going to actually make my background blue, sure, so I can see the white. Okay, so something just like that, I think that works. So now what we'll do is we'll obviously make this smaller. It is still a webcam frame. And so we would then bring our bear icon in. Something just like that, center it up. I'm gonna hold down Alt to scale it. Oh. Drag it to how I think looks good. And there. We are essentially done. Now, specifically, I'm going to make this large just for the export reason. But I could actually kind of adjust this bear up, could adjust the bear down. At this point, I'm going to... trying to think how I could mock it up for him. I would like to have it mocked up, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'll put that down there. You'll watch the video, you'll know how to use that. So how to use this, I'll leave it actually probably with this blue background. But I'm trying to think if we want to add a name or anything in there, right? Okay, so let me think for a second. What we could do, just bear with me for a minute. I'm going to bring in some text here. Just like that. I'm going to bring the size. I don't want it up a lot, but I'm going to bring my letter spacing out. And this is our font. We're going to capitalize the S, capitalize the M. Maybe even capitalize the V because I know he likes that. But for now, I'm going to do a curve, but I'm going to go the opposite way. And what if we had the name? I'm not saying we are going to do this or aren't, but it's just an idea. You could have something like that. I don't think I like that as much because, again, I like simplicity, and I'm not sure how visible this really will end up being. So I'm not going to go that route, but you could even curve it the opposite way, right? And have it here where it's just kind of coming into where it's just in the webcam frame, right? You could do that. Anyway, I'm not going to. I like it just like this. With that said, I think that we're kind of reusing. This is some of, if we just kind of quickly review everything that we've done here. We started out by making a logo, right? We started out designing a logo. Now, in designing the logo, we accomplished two things. We, one, figured out an icon, which was our pixelated bear. Then we chose a font and a font style. Then we jumped over here into our overlays and we started off with our full screen where we brought back one, our icon, but also we start reusing our colors. So we start bringing back in the white, the black, and the red primarily is what we're using. And so we start to bring these colors back in and again, reusing our font the whole way through. We're also reusing the same iconography. We are using these particular social media icons in this particular style, right? To keep them all consistent. Then we moved on to the starting soon screen where we started to introduce a new piece of iconography, which is this pixelated flame that we then that we consistently use. I mean, as well as everything else, it's obviously consistent. We didn't use that one. Okay. And the be right back. And then we keep the flame all the way down here into the webcam border, which just creates a whole other feel of consistency where we also have our bear. And so, you know, there are things we could do here. You could, if you really wanted to add some sort of text, you wanted to bring in the text, you could go all caps for now, which might have been why I didn't like it just a second ago. And then I could rotate it to like 90 degrees, bring my size up. Oh, haven't I already said several times I hate when it does that? Right. Do something like that. Bring your letter spacing like way up and, you know, have just inside the webcam frame doing that. If your background is light or if your background is dark, you know, change it like that and, you know, copy it all the way over. This is where you can go, you know, a little bit crazy, trying stuff, testing things as you go, see what you like, what you don't like. I would say if you're kind of on the fence, always lean on the side of simplicity. Always just lean on the side of minimalism. It will go a whole lot further and it'll look a whole lot more professional. Oh, I don't know what I just clicked to make that happen, but I'm kind of curious now. One other thing I might do to keep, I did it on some of these. Oh, never mind. It's already there. There's actually a drop shadow on this bear. And so, yeah, all you would do at this point, if you wanted to use this, I would delete out this background. Actually, what I would do is I would make this background this green color because you're going to have to mask this background out in OBS. So what I would do is I would take this, I would click here, click this. I mean, make the background that same shade, export this, download. I will go and show you how to do this. The video's already long, so why not? You know, why not? Done. Download. I'm going to let it download. It'll probably ask me for information in just a second. And I'll pull over my OBS and show you how I would do this part. Of course, this one's going to take forever to download for some reason. But if you've never, if you guys have watched my tutorials, you know the trick I'm about to show you. It's not at all a new trick. It's one that I've been doing for some time now. And again, I've put in with our friends over at Canva to get us to get the ability to export videos with the transparent background. I think that will be huge. But as right now, it's not there. But hopefully, it's on its way. So in OBS, hit your little plus sign. You're going to go to media source. I'm going to call it, test or something. Browse. Go and find whatever you just downloaded. Right here's mine. I'm going to make sure I loop it because I want it to, obviously, the flames to keep going over and over and over again. Which is one thing I didn't think about. The flames may not loop. No, they do. They seem to do just fine. Oh, you guys can't see me, can you? Okay. So now that I have that there, I'm going to, on this, I'm going to go over to my filters. I'm trying to figure out where to put everything so you guys can see it. I guess that'll work. Right here to filters, and I'll hit the plus sign, and I'm going to a chroma key, right? And for the most part, that's going to do, oh, actually, it's fine. Did everything we wanted it to do. Hit close, and now I'll move OBS back out of the way. But you can kind of see how I would then mess with it. You can see some of my bars are a little bit on the thinner side. I could go into my filters under my chroma key properties. I'll bring these over, my chroma key properties, and I can start to, adjust these down and try to keep some of that bar if I can, bring my smoothness up. And this honestly is a little bit of playing and toying with it. And what we may find out, and this is part of the process, what we may find out is our bars are just a little bit too thin. And if that's the case, we'll have to go back into Canva, thicken the bars up, kind of adding those lines the same way I did at the bottom, just add those and thicken it all the way up on all four sides, and go from there. But, with that said, I think that is a really cool webcam frame. Honestly, I really do. I think that was cool. We had to get a little bit creative, and I love when we can get creative. What that tells me is there's probably not going to be many more like it because we had to put in that extra work. All right. All right. I'm going to delete that. And with that, guys, we are done. I know this was a really long video, so what I would love for you to do is let me know if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Someone just put down there like hashtag in-game crew, okay? End-game crew. I want to know if you actually made it this far because you're my kind of people, okay? I'm with you. I have sat and watched like long-form design and stuff like this. I just think it's so fascinating to watch a designer or anyone that has a craft, just watch them do it. So if you watched all the way through or most of the way through and you've enjoyed it, let me know down below, and kind of based on that, I'll judge if we're going to do another long form video like this one, or if I'll do the design, off camera, maybe on stream, and then just actually record the quickly making it, where you don't have to hear all my thoughts and talking about the different parts of the process. But I would love to know what you prefer, a shorter form video for these, or the whole long form where you can, sit down, get you some food, get you a cup of coffee or a bottle of water, and just kind of indulge. And for me, this is almost like a vlog where I had to start and stop, start and stop. My wife and I used to vlog, kind of reminded me of that as I was coming back at different points of the day. But all right, guys, this is it. I will be, obviously editing a little bit of it. But hey, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, and you're not already, if you watched an hour and a half and you're not already, you might as well hit the subscribe button. All right, you've done everything else. Okay. But I appreciate you. Follow me over on Twitch. And again, if you want to be entered for the next stream design, leave a comment down below with your channel name and preferably with a link to your channel, or at least what platform you stream on, so I can go and check out your content. And that'll help me with the redesign. All right, guys, I appreciate you. And I'll catch you in the next one.